After turning down the chance to join Tottenham Hotspur as recently as Friday, few would have anticipated Mathys Tel arriving at the club's Hotspur Way training ground on deadline day. But after an image of him and his agent aboard a private jet went viral shortly after 2 p.m, on Monday afternoon, it looked as though the deal had been revived, much to the frustration and disappointment of many Manchester United supporters. As reported by the United Report News on Sunday, Tel, alongside Chelsea ace Christopher Nkunku, was being considered by the Reds as an option to strengthen their attacking options ahead of the window slamming shut. Following their decisions to allow Marcus Rashford, Ethan Wheatley, and Antony on loan, United had left themselves incredibly short on attacking options. Supporters woke up on Monday morning dreaming of about a deadline day swoop for a striker. However, it was confirmed by the Manchester Evening News just over 4 hours ahead of the window closing at 11 p.m. that United would not be adding to the additions of Aidan Heaven and Patrick Dorgu, with the club looking ahead to the summer window instead. Naturally, United supporters vented their understandable frustrations at the club's hierarchy for failing to bring in a striker that head coach Ruben Amorim is so desperately in need of. It now means the Portuguese chief must make do with Rasmus Højlund, who is without a goal in 13 matches, and Joshua Zirkzee, who has 1 goal in his last 16 games, until the summer. Netting 1 goal in their last 29 appearances combined, United fans can be forgiven for wondering where the goals are going to come from. United spent a combined total of £108.5 million on Højlund and Zirkzee in back-to-back summer windows. Højlund arrived as a raw 20-year-old, and Zirkzee was signed 11 months later with a profile that did not resemble that of the seasoned goalscorer United needed. As a result of gambling more than £100 million on 2 players that have so far proven they are not good enough to spearhead United's attack, the Reds would have repeated that gamble, albeit on a lesser financial scale, had they have swooped for Tel. The 19-year-old has not scored a single goal this season and has previously suggested he is not an out-and-out striker, admitting in November 2023 that he is somewhere between a number 9 and a left winger. As high as Tel's ceiling is considered to be, United would have been paying a loan fee based on potential, not pedigree. It has been reported elsewhere that United considered the £5 million loan fee Bayern wanted to be too high. United may have been able to get a tune out of Tel and see him score the goals they are in need of, but they were in a position where they could not afford to take yet another gamble on an unproven striker. Tel has contributed just 1 assist in 14 matches for Bayern this season, last scoring in May. He has found the back of the net just twice since the beginning of April. Of course, if Tel hits the ground running at Tottenham and scores a few goals, questions will inevitably be asked of United for allowing the opportunity to borrow the Frenchman for the second half of the season to slip through their fingers. However, the recent gambles they have taken on Højlund and Zirkzee mean that the next striker they sign has to be one with a proven goal-scoring record that can come in, rely on his experience, and hit the ground running. Captain Bruno Fernandes pointed towards Manchester United's continued struggles in attack for their latest defeat and admitted everyone is aware that they are short of goals. Head coach Ruben Amorim named a starting 11 without a recognised centre-forward as his side succumbed to a 7th home defeat of a horror season against Oliver Glasner's Crystal Palace. Jean-Philippe Mateta put Palace in front shortly after the hour mark before the French striker added a second late on. But United were bereft of quality in the final third throughout, and Fernandes pulled no punches with his assessment as they drew a blank. Fernandes spoke to MUTV after the game and said, "We spoke after the games we won. We said everything we did in the past would be forgotten if we don't win the next one, and that's the case today. We need points in the Premier League, everyone is aware of that. It's a different competition, and we need to win. But unfortunately today, we didn't get the 3 points. We lacked a little bit of aggression to get into the final third, and lacked something to score goals. With the players we have in front, we need to have more goals and create more, take players on, and get chances from that. We did have some chances, but we didn't have as many as we should have. You build with results, and when you win games, you get more confidence. We won the last 3 games, and everyone was confident, so for us now, it's a setback, and we need to understand that we're doing some good things. And even today, we showed some good things. The result doesn't show that, but we can still achieve a lot doing the things we've been doing. United unveiled new signing Patrick Dorgu, along with Aiden Heaven, before kick-off. The Denmark defender, 20, has joined from Lecce in a £30 million deal, signing a 5-year contract. But they are linking up with a side sitting a dismal 13th in the Premier League table. Meanwhile, Marcus Rashford is set to complete a loan move to Aston Villa before Monday night's transfer deadline, with the England international not part of Amorim's plans. Matheus Cunha has been described as a perfect signing for Manchester United, despite only just signing a new contract with Wolves until 2029. The Brazil international has been a constant shining light for the club, who've been entrenched in a relegation battle all season. With 11 Premier League goals to his name in the 2024-25 campaign, Cunha bagged his latest in an impressive 2-0 win over Aston Villa on Saturday evening. After putting the ball past Emiliano Martinez in the 97th minute, the 25-year-old kissed the badge on his shirt and made a signing gesture with his hands, suggesting he had finally committed his future to the West Midlands side, after much speculation over whether he'd move on or agree fresh terms. While his new contract, which he was said to have signed before leaving Molineux Stadium after the game, ties him to the club for another 5 years, it's understood that it contains a relegation release clause and a minimum fee buyout clause. The forward's impressive performances has seen him subject to interest from Nottingham Forest, Arsenal and United. The idea of signing him, even after putting pen to paper, has been raised once again thanks to ex-Red Devil Michael Owen. The former England striker took to social media and called him the perfect signing for the Premier League giants, but did question if a potential transfer would even be financially viable. He wrote on X, "The financial rules and regs will probably prevent it from being a possibility, but Cunha would be the perfect signing at Manchester United. He's seriously good, and would fit perfectly into their new system." After being reminded that Cunha had just signed a new long-term contract, Owen doubled down on his take, adding, "Yes, that's the one. Reckon he'll see out his contract? Reckon there's no buyout?" He was tied in for the foreseeable future anyway. May as well double his money in the meantime and still be in the same position if a big opportunity arises. Cunha would certainly be a welcome addition to a United team desperate for goals, with Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, who both didn't start in United's 2-0 home loss to Crystal Palace on Sunday, seriously lacking in front of goal. After their latest defeat at Old Trafford, Amorim admitted he knows what the team needs to improve amid their chase for Bayern Munich's Matheus Tel. "We are trying everything to improve the team without making the mistakes of the past, and also trying to balance the urgency of the moment," the 40-year-old said. "We know all of the aspects of our club in the moment, but we are trying everything. This market is really hard on clubs to make some deals. I want to improve the team so badly. I know what the team needs. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not. When the window closes, we will see the players that we have,